Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Longlux 8058S. Let's start off the wrist check. I'm wearing this Mark Farewell 5610. And Greg was wearing my Sukume 9126. I just reviewed that watch. If you haven't seen the review, be sure to check it out. Grogu said that Princess Leia found out that under the New Republic Constitution, she's not allowed to pardon herself for killing Jabba the Hutt. Han said, "Why did you even bother killing him? He would have died anyway once his barge exploded." She said, "Don't blame her. She was killing everything in that outfit." All right, let's take a look at the watch. Comes in a fairly simple box. Not much to it. Came with the cleaning cloth. And here it is. Not a bad looking watch considering the price. I've been happy with it. This is the third Longlux on my channel. Longlux makes very affordable automatic watches. The other two were skeleton watches, but this is an homage to a Longines Hydro Conquest, so it has a more traditional dial with a nice sunburst effect. Longines is Swatch Group's mid-tier watch brand, being above Tissot and Hamilton, but below Omega. This watch is a plated alloy with a glass crystal and the Chinese automatic movement of unknown branding, so the price is a relatively low $22, making it one of the more affordable automatics you can find on AliExpress. This Longlux 8058S comes in 5 different colorways. If you don't like the blue two-tone I chose, there's also a black two-tone. If gold isn't your thing, there's also a Coke bezel with black dial. If you want more traditional colors, there's also blue, black, or green. The hollow bracelet is the only option. The watch is 43 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, so it's a big watch. It's 50.8 millimeters lug to lug. And it's a whopping 14.9 millimeters thick, so it is fairly chunky. Has a 20 millimeter lug width, which tapers down to 16 at the clasp, and weighs 137 grams on the supplied hollow bracelet with 1 link remove. So that's pretty heavy for a hollow bracelet watch. The bezel is a 60-click unidirectional, and the action's fairly mushy, but I've seen a lot worse. And there is a ton of back play and bounce back. Then the insert is either aluminum or sometimes I think this might be a sticker. I don't know. And there is no lume pip. This triangle here has no lume to it. And then we have the dial. The dial is a nice deep blue with a good sunburst effect. I'm happy with the dial. And then we have minute markers. And then we have the indices. We got dots everywhere except for at the 12 and the 6. And then we do have a 9 and a dot at the 9. We have the Longlux name and logo printed on, and that says automatic on the bottom. No mention of water resistance, you just get 30. And then we have the hands. We have a fence post minute hand. Then we have this diamond hour hand and a lollipop second hand, and they are loomed but very poorly. And then we have a date at the 3 with a Cyclops, and the Cyclops does pretty good. At least it magnifies, and it is centered. And as you can see, they put an index next to the date, though. They probably could have left that out. And then we have a unsigned push-pull crown, and the movement does not hack. Then we have the crystal. It's flat mineral glass with a Cyclops. Nothing special about it, nothing wrong with it. And then we have the case. The case is a chrome-plated alloy. Not all chrome-plated alloys are created equal. And this one seems pretty good. I've been pretty happy with it. And then we have the case back. The case back is a display case back. It says automatic movement. Then it says stainless steel. And then it says 3 ATM waterproof. And this is actually a screw-down case back, even though you only get 30 meters. Usually when you get 30 meters, you get a press-on. But I went ahead and got a wrench out and was able to unscrew it. So these notches are real. Then underneath the case back is an automatic movement of unknown origin or model number. I'm assuming it's Chinese. It's probably based off this Chinese Tongji movement, but I don't know. There's no writing on it, and there's no mention in the ad copy of what it is. But I'm assuming it's a 3 hertz movement. I'll put it on the time grapher pretty soon, and we'll confirm that. And then it's, I don't know the joule count, but it does have a bidirectional rotor. I can't get it to spin freely in either direction. And I don't know the power reserve. So let's go ahead and put it on the time grapher and see how it's doing. Here it is on the time grapher. As you can see, it's a big mess. It's going all over the place. There's a plus 23 there, plus 7, plus 15. So it's not very consistent on what it's doing. And there's a ton of beat error, 1.7 milliseconds. I'm not sure what the lift angle is supposed to be, so I just left it at the 52-degree default, and the amplitude's at 280, so that's probably correct then. And look at that, now it went negative 24. So this is a non-hacking movement, so fast versus slow doesn't matter. Either way to adjust it, you're gonna have to move the hands. But yeah, this movement's not doing very well. The bracelet's a 3-link, and it has inverted hollow end links. And these are not fully articulating. And we do have push pins, not screw pins. You're never going to get screw pins on a watch in this price. I'm happy with push pins anyway. And we have a clasp. It's pressed and it's cheap, but it does have 3 holes to micro adjust. So at least it has that. But yeah, this is a hollow. It's flimsy. Not the best bracelet. Plus, this is a 43 millimeter watch. It should have had at least a 22 millimeter lug width and a bigger bracelet. This bracelet just seems small for a watch this big. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. That looks nice. Yeah, it's kind of chunky, but it doesn't seem to be out of proportion chunky. But I only removed 1 link to fit on my wrist, so if your wrist is much bigger than mine, you're not going to be able to wear this. I did move it in 1 hole of micro adjust though. But once again, it looks nice. Just the bracelet should have been bigger for this watch. Here we are in the lume room. This dive style watch doesn't even have a lume pip, so lume is obviously not a priority. As we speed up the time, we don't even start out with a good glow. This is some of the worst lume I've ever seen. Really bad lume indeed. What I like about this watch, I do like the overall looks of this watch. I do like this nice deep blue dial with a good sunburst effect. I like the fact that it has the real screw-on case back and not a press-on. And this Cyclops actually does a decent job of magnifying. What are my gripes and groans? Horrible lume with no lume pip. At 15 millimeters thick, it is kind of chunky. The bracelet is a little bit too small and also too short. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, it's a decent enough Longines Hydro Conquest homage for a reasonable price. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Longlux 8058S, and I'll be back with another review. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel, and if you like this watch, be sure to use my affiliate link, and I'll get a small commission, but those commissions do add up, and that's why I was able to order a Suggest chronograph with a fully automatic movement, which should be arriving fairly soon. And I'd like to thank my Members Choice members. Here they are. There's not very many. And there's a little snag on the Members Choice watch. AliExpress is saying it's delivered and it's not. So I'm going to have to figure out what went wrong and probably get a refund and order a new one. But that's the way it goes. Bye.